Doomspire Defense has a lot of modifiers, with some being entirely different game modes and others being simple. All of these modifiers first appearing in the rework update, so I decided to rank all 13 modifiers. Okay, so let me explain this tier list. After months of procrastination, A tier, modifiers that make the game fun. B tier, a average modifier. C tier, straight challenging modifier. D tier, horrible modifier. For this tier, I'll be giving a rework idea. Starting with number 2, the true Bloxxer modifier. Instead of the average 200 HP, this modifier makes the base have only 1 HP, meaning that any enemy can kill the base. And every healing effect, like survivalist, is blocked. I'll give this a C tier. Next modifier. Every 5 waves, a cursed ballad responds. Starting off with 250 health, getting higher by percentage, I think. To me, this is just too hard to kill for a wave 5 enemy. Especially since you get no cash from him. I don't know. Maybe this is just my skill issue, but it's too hard for me. I'm giving this a D tier, which means I'm giving you a rework idea.
3, 2, 1, go!
This is D idea. Instead of a boring enemy spawning, a random tower will be replaced by a garbage, unupgradable, unsellable, worthless battler. Every 5 waves, of course. Sort of like the Doomspire Defense x Voxel Defenders mechanic. Anyways, next modifier. Every tower has a health bar. Pretty self-explanatory. So your towers can die from regular enemies that can attack. And they do not heal unless you upgrade them. But their max health doesn't increase at all. But for some reason, certain towers' health doesn't make sense. Like, why does Swordmaster have more health than Arsenal? But Survivalist just counters the modifier. So, B tier. Modifier number 4. No supplies. You're now living in the slums while playing Doomspire Defense. But if you want a real explanation, then you get half cash from all sources, even Mr. Ticks. This modifier is actually pretty difficult, so C tier. But one thing I would like to say is, change the name to half cash, bro. Lazy enemies. Is there really much to explain? The enemies are slow, so slow that it takes 28 seconds on the shortest map for the enemies to reach the base. And before you guys go commenting, oh, the loons is the shortest map. Well, you can't use modifiers on the loons. But, B tier.
Guess what time it is? It's time for you to subscribe and join my Discord server. Link in the description. Like right now, you better subscribe and like this video and comment something. Please.
The enemies become jacked. Don't worry about bosses though. Mr. Doombringer won't have 1,333,332 health. But many bosses will have double health. B tier modifier.
Indeed, I have slept long enough. And I must admit, I'm curious about your skills. Weapon. Come forth, child of man, and die.
All bosses in red mode now have 50% more health. Doombringer now has 999,999 health. Builders Club now has 870,000 health. Bloxxer now has 600,000 health. And finally, Mad Scientist has 60,000 health. It even works with Exponent. Plus, if you beat hard mode, you get a cool tag. I don't know whether or not to put it in B or C tier. I think B tier is fair though. Enemies move 1.5 times faster. Look at this footage. Magnificent. This is just a challenging modifier, so C tier. Red mode, but harder. If I'm being honest, I have no idea what this modifier does, but you get a cool tag if you beat it, so yeah. D tier. Now, how would I rework a whole mode? I don't know, just make it different. Maybe a mode based off the core blocks enemies. Like Bikers Challenge, an entirely new mode, 8 new enemies, 5 mini bosses, and 1 boss. The enemies being Epic Duck Guy, Yellow Jetpack, Invisicar, Yellow Delivery Driver, yellow skater, yellow Bugatti, hoverboarder, and Bloxxer 2XZ. The mini bosses consist of traffic condensator, traffic precipitator, a upgraded version of condensator. Is it a bird? Is it a plane? Nah, it's Baby Rager, Road Rager, and Mechanical Rager, both originally appearing in yellow mode. And finally, the boss Roadbringer, having 4 abilities. Bulldozing time. He runs over towers by going off the path. Roadbringer goes speeding, but decides to aura farm by reversing, then spawns enemies. Makeshift mortars. Roadbringer creates an explosion, shooting down multiple blue projectiles and flinging the players. Road Rage, a passive ability that if you get close to him, you will get flung. If you beat that, you win. Woo! Oh, what's that? Brute Biker. It's a very expensive, but has a cool ability that summons a gang of motorcycles, and has a unique mechanic of a bleed effect. A-tier modifier. This is what you call peak. Hopefully, they will change Grandmaster into something amazing.
Hello, I like money.
You now get 500 extra cash, which means you can now buy 5 battlers on wave 1. A-tier modifier, cause money or something. Instead of a boring 200 health, you get 50 extra health towards the base. Now you can take Doombringer.
Yeah.
B-tier modifier. Get jump scared every 1 or 2 minutes since it's RNG based. When the ghost pops up, your towers are stunned. B-tier modifier, and that concludes this tier list. Let me know if I actually did good on this tier list, or this is a horrible tier list. This took like 5 months to make. Not really 5 months to make, but for me to actually finish this. I'm gonna be uploading the original thing because I scrapped the original and I remade it into this, so I like this version a lot. The original only had 4 modifiers and it was garbage. The editing was horrible, I'm not gonna lie. That's why it took forever to get this video out.